If you are anything like me and just think the Major League Baseball might have made a mistake last night when it comes to B-Gate, dun dun dun, then you have a home here. Welcome to the Go Show, celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. This was my birthday present. This is my birthday present from my sister, because we as a fam bam are diehard Dodger fans, and we just are born and raised in Chavez Ravine. And by the way, can I get a quick side note there for those that what's up, Lynn? For those that kind of bash on Dodgers fans for showing up late and and leaving early, things like that. Um, if hell has a parking lot, it is the parking lot at Dodger Stadium. So I have actually pulled into Dodger Stadium an hour before first pitch and missed the first pitch. It's just the way it is down there. It is parking hell, and nobody wants to deal with it. But it is. You go to the Dodger game, you just gonna have to. No matter how early you leave, you're gonna be late. I mean, get there, you're gonna be late. It's wild. Anyway, so Dodgers and D-backs last night. B-Gate, dun dun dun. Girlfriend and I were there hanging out and just kind of enjoying. We got there real early, went to Guy Fieri's new spot across the way there in the entrance plaza, and had trash can nachos, I think they're called. Fantastic. And by the way, you can say all you want about Guy Fieri. That guy is a philanthropist. You should love the guy. You should support the guy. Anyway, got there early, and then went there. Should be game time. Should be things coming up. Nobody's out. 6:30. Nobody's out on the field. 6:35. No one's out on the field. 6:40. No one's out on the field. First pitch is supposed to be 6:40, 6:45. Still no one out on the field. No one knows what's going on. Then they start clearing out the back section behind home plate. The lower section, they start clearing it out. Come to find out, there is a cluster of bees. There's a swarm of bees that is just clumped on to the top of the net that is outside, that's just behind home plate. Now, understand this, please. This is a show about the outdoors. Bees rule the outdoors. So I am a bee fan. I am all about the bees. You should be all about the bees if you like, I don't know, eating. You should. So there was a swarm of bees. Now, a swarm that's just a term of the bees. The bees are just there hanging out, doing nothing, minding their own, not getting in anybody's business. They're just fine where they're at. But it's called a swarm. So swarm sounds, look at this swarm. 2-hour delay. A 2-hour delay because a couple hundred bees decide to hang out on top of the back net, the safety net. That's it. So what do you think Major League Baseball did? They call him exterminator. And I got to tell you, again, I hunt everything that I can hunt legally and eat. That is the God's honest truth, the ABCs of me. I hunt everything I can legally hunt and eat. So I'm not save the animals. Here's the deal. We shouldn't kill bees ever. And here's where I have a problem with this. Here's where I have a big problem is that Major League Baseball had an opportunity to educate. Had an opportunity to educate, had an opportunity for people to learn that we don't jack with bees. Bees need to stay. Bees seriously feed us. Like I can't, there's really no two ways I can say this. They're that important. And I know it sounds funny. Mike's just a bee. I swat bees. I crush bees. Fly swatter bee, the dead bee. Dead bee's a good bee. Bees are going to sting me. I have a bee allergy. How many? I would say probably out of 10 people that say, I can't get stung. I have a bee allergy. I'm allergic to bees. I would say 8 or 9 of them have no idea. They just are afraid of bees. Right? That's it. So no, I'm allergic. So I can't do anything about it. Most of it just comes from fear and miseducation because the bees don't care. Let me tell you, I'm about to show you video of a bee extraction I went out on today. I went out on a bee extraction today, this morning, just dressed like this. My new Canyon Coolers t-shirt. So cool. I went out there, short sleeves, ball cap, and went on a bee extraction. That's how not scary bees are. So anyway, 2-hour delay. 2-hour delay. And here's what happened after 2 hours. Watch this. This is what happened. Listen to this.
Hey, Matt Hilton is his name, and he
Matt Hilton
lived it up. They were chanting MVP. They were playing I Need a Hero, and he was that hero. He got the place clear. And just a moment ago, he threw out the ceremonial first pitch. They just announced that he's going to be available for interviews in the press box at 8:45. Matt Hilton, 37-year-old father of 4, movie star, good looks, now a superstar.
Wow. Okay. Okay. That's what happened last night. Dude just went up there and just sprayed the bees and sucked them up with a shop vac, and he's the hero. Instead of a good lesson. And okay, I'll be a nerd. That's fine. I am a nerd. But there's a fantastic lesson to be learned here. In those 2 hours, by the way, that we were waiting, my girlfriend was all over, going, please tell me they're not going to kill those bees. She's a conservationist like me. Please tell me they're not going to kill those bees. They're not going to kill the bees. Tell me they're not going to kill the bees. I'm like, I don't know. They've cleared out. You got to understand, this is Major League Baseball. This is the Diamondbacks. There's the Dodgers. There's a lot of people that if they did get stung, they would say, the attorneys are just circling in the entrance plaza, just waiting for someone to get stung. So I do understand from a certain standpoint. I understand. So the actual problem I have here is that not really a problem. I do understand that they have insurance, they have contracts, they have things that they have to be attentive to. So they called an exterminator, but the exterminator came out and took care of the bees. And the next day, CBS Sports is reporting, they used a non-killing spray on the bees before they put them in the shop vac, and they relocated the bees. I would believe that. I really would believe that if it were a beekeeper that they brought in. But again, they can't bring in a beekeeper because the stadium, the teams, the league, everything, you have to clear through insurance. You have to do that. I mean, there's just no way to get it done in a timely manner. So they say, hey, these guys from Blue Sky Pest Control are our guys. They spray the stadium, so they're cleared all the way around. Let's bring them in. So you bring in an exterminator. Don't tell me, the bees were relocated. Just don't give me that noise. Yeah, went up and killed the bees. Period. Went up and killed the bees. Because listen to this. Listen.
Matt Hilton, branch manager, Phoenix office of Blue Sky Pest Control.
He is the father of 4, the manager of the Phoenix office of Blue Sky Pest Control. This dude wants you to think that he relocated the bees? No. Let's go see how he does on the first pitch. Let's go see. Come on, see how he does. Branch manager. Here he goes. Big. Here he goes. I'm getting just a bit outside. Hero Mike took us. Yeah. Look, look, On Target Pest Control. You want a good pest control person in the Valley, especially the West Valley, it's On Target Pest Control. It just is. They're not sponsor of the show, just is honest, ethical, get it done, and do it right. I'm not anti-exterminating by any stretch of the imagination, okay? But I'm all about saving the bees. And Jim, you're with me on this. Lynn, you're with me on this. Guy, you're with me on this. No bees, no food. That's for show. Carry an EpiPen if you got to freak out about it. But you're about to see, I went on a extraction. So check this out. So I call my buddy Santos Vasquez. You got to check it out. You're going to get his websites here. His honey is fantastic. It's local. And why do you eat local honey instead of the stuff at the store? We'll show you that in a minute as well. But I call him up and I say, hey, listen, I want you to come on the show. And he said, man, I'm just swamped, man. It's April, bro. It's May now. Happy May, everybody. But it's May, bro. I'm like just on bee extraction after bee extraction after bee extraction. And I said, okay, well, he said, hey, one is at, he goes, ironically, one is at a baseball field. I'm like, okay, I want to be there. He said, okay, come on out. So I went out there, and it was so funny that I went out there, and it was almost the same thing as what happened in Major League Baseball last night, the Dodgers D-backs game. It was almost the same thing because it was just a tiny cluster, or they call a swarm. Again, so I understand baseball's tact on this because it's called a swarm. I think swarm's a bad word, right? But it's called swarm. So there's just this big clump of bees, and they just hanging out. They ain't bothering you. They're just hanging out. Big clump of bees in the dugout, third base side, and so we went and checked it out. So I'm gonna pick it up here with the boys from Blue Sky Pest Control. Check this out.
Yeah, we got the guys from Suntan Honey Farm here. We got a big.
I'm not Blue Sky Pest Control. I'm sorry. I said the guys from Blue Sky Pest Control. I'm sorry. From Suntan Honey Farm. There we go.
Yeah, we got the guys from Suntan Honey Farm here. We got a big bee problem.
Look at here it comes.
Bee problem. Look at that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same thing as we saw at the
maybe a
stadium.
dozen. I don't know, but they're.
Isn't that crazy though? Isn't it crazy that it was the same thing we saw at the stadium? It was almost the same thing. It was. I mean, to scale, it really was the same thing. Because this was just a little Reckley, park is in Goodyear, and it was it really well maintained fields, by the way, fantastic. But they called my man Santos out because he gets rid of bees. He actually relocates them. So, but it was almost the same thing. It was almost identical, and it was almost identical. But it's just a little cluster of bees. Look at that. That was it. That's all it was. That little guy right there. That's it. So let's go for it here.
Hanging out and doing their thing. Guys, why is this so funny?
It's not the equivalent of what they saw last night at the ball game, but hey, everyone's worth saving. There's a queen in there somewhere. Just last night, things could have been handled a little differently.
How could they have been handled differently?
Well, I was up late last night thinking about what I would have done. So we had just done a bee removal and we were out of equipment. So I was thinking, hey, maybe just go dump their seed bucket, get the bucket, and then shake them into the bucket. We do.
That's what he was talking about. Just get the seeds out of it. Just get, the sunflower seed bucket. Just dump it out. Get up there on the scissor lift and just pop them in the bucket. You're good. Everybody's happy. Everybody wins in this. Everybody. Back to Santos here, my man.
We use the bee vac sometimes, and we actually had one on the truck, but that would be for the bees that were left over. We want to make sure that the queen gets in the box.
God save the queen.
At that point, the bucket.
Yeah.
So we're not a catch and release company either. We save bees.
Yes.
We relocate them. They go on to thrive somewhere else. If these bees were Africanized, and that's just a hype word, just to let you know that.
Okay, because that's what you hear again, right? So it's the same thing. I say 8 out of 10 people that say, I'm allergic to bees, are just afraid of bees. Just don't want to get stung by a bee. So they say they're allergic, so they can just run and hide. You know what I mean? Like, I'm allergic. I can't get hit. And so what's up, Eddie? So this is the same thing. When he said Africanized, I thought, oh, here come the killer bees. Let's talk about the killer bees. Those those killer bees, right? They're Africanized. This is like 20 years ago here in the Valley. It was like, we're all going to die. Killer bees. Let's actually get the truth of the matter from our boys at Suntan Honey.
What is hybrid? Because that was a lot of people talking about Africanized bees and all that. Correct. Killer bees.
Bees have been around, this Africanized strain over 20 years now. So they've bred with bees here. So it's not the same strand that was going around just decimating people at one point.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid bee now.
And there's no way to tell by looking at them. You actually have to do a genetic test on the bee to do it. You can't walk and go, oh, those are Africanized. There's no way to do that.
Huh.
But if they're Africanized, they don't just come and get you.
No, we treat all our bees the same, Africanized or not.
Yeah, do you notice?
And these jabronis are out there without their bee suits, and I'm there without my bee suit. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt like these guys because I wanted to be cool. But let's get to the getting here.
Correct.
And I didn't wear a bee suit because I felt like a nerd last time. I was like,
darn right.
Total nerd. In short sleeves.
So
tell about that. When you say you save the bees, why is it important to save them?
I mean,
whack these damn things.
We depend on 80% of our food. Every 3 bites you take off a plate, you're eating something a bee pollinated.
Yep.
So we need bees. They're important.
And then you take these things and relocate them.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today is just shake these in a bucket, and then I'll go and dump them into one of our beehive boxes, and then from there they can grow, or if we need to add a little bit of brood to them to give them a kickstart so they actually do grow, then we can do that there in our staging yard.
Brew?
And then you guys sell the honey.
Fat tires.
We do.
Correct.
We do.
Suntan Honey Farm?
TheHoneymanCan.com is our website.
Go.
We're at local farmers markets throughout the valley. We have our Park West, Arrowhead.
Yeah, the honeymancan.com.
Market,
Check it out.
and then Verrado over here in Buckeye. We're mostly west side guys, but we do travel throughout the valley to do
West
bee
side?
removals, and then, like I said, you can order online.
Yeah.
And why is it important to
Listen here, guys.
local honey?
Great for allergies. The bees go and pollinate everything that's currently blooming. So any of that pollen in the air is going to benefit you through consuming the honey.
That's right. So, okay, the bees pollinate everything. The bees actually go through all the pollens, making you sneeze, making you take your Claritin, and this and that. If you actually ingest that, the stuff that they made has that pollen in it, helps your body develop an immunity to those pollens, the local pollens, not some other. Don't even get me started on how actual honey that you get in the store, how that's made. Don't even get me started. It's not the same way. But it's not the right way. But and that has nothing to do with, it doesn't even have to do with ethics, everything to do with chemicals and the whole, like, locally sourced and all this nonsensical things you can put on a label. Buy it if you can. And by the way, you don't use a bucket of honey. You don't. And honey lasts forever, ever. So, I mean, just get it at a farmer's market. Get it local. Get it from these guys, right? Yeah. There we go. Let's continue with Santos from Suntan Honey Farm. Here we go.
You're pretty much, excuse me, you're pretty much, what do you call it, acclimating yourself to airborne pollens.
That's right.
Okay. And then
All right.
it smells like I got my Green Mountain Grove.
Yeah, so that's,
Here we
you
go.
wanna tell them about the smoker there, Sean?
Because if by I say popular belief would be, and by popular belief I mean this is what I used to think.
Yep, that's what I thought.
This stones them. This gets them high.
Let's get them high.
Mellow, and from the Bee Movie. So why
Correct.
do we use this?
So what actually happens when you're putting the smoke down? It blocks the chemical pheromone between bees.
Oh.
So it kind of, for lack of a better word, they are kind of confused. They don't really know what's going on. You may have one or two that are kind of angry and upset, but because they can't communicate, there's disruption because of the smoke. That's why we don't get stung.
That's right. Okay, so understand this. This is a big thing to do. And bees are the most important thing in our outdoor world. They are. They run it. I'm telling you, they help us eat. Okay, bees are insanely important, wildly important. Don't kill bees. And you're going to learn a little bit more here in a minute. But here's the deal. I want this to be very, very clear. The smoke is not getting them high, isn't jacking them up, isn't making them fly wonky. It just hits their scent receptors. That's it. Because when a bee gets ticked off, and a bee actually does end its life, sacrifice its life to sting you, they release a pheromone that smoke covers, because that pheromone means attack this. Go kill that thing. Get whatever it is, this hairless ape that's messing with our hive. They need to be taken out right now. The smoke stops that so nobody attacks. That's it. Doesn't get them high. It's absolutely, I love this. This is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
All right, there you go. All right.
So
You guys gonna tackle this thing now? Let's go.
we'll do this thing real quick.
All right,
Real quick, see? It's like nobody, this is what should have been done at the park.
I'm all in here.
Well,
Did you get stung last
like
time?
I said, this isn't the magnitude of what was going on last night. This is just a baby.
But they
it-
could have done this exact move.
Yes.
They
yeah,
could have
so
done this.
what I thought I'd do is just grab my the seed bucket over there. I'm actually just gonna tap the top, Sean.
Tap the top. Cool.
Grab that lid.
Look at that great camera work. Who's this cameraman? That's got to be me. Look at this. Look at this guy. Watch this. And they just grab a lid, and he just said tap, tap, tap. All now. Now all the bees are in there now. There we go. There we go. Everybody's got their new home. That easy. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that, Taylor. That's fantastic. Yeah, Santos is a great dude.
Yeah.
Like
So these few bees left. The guy did use a bee vac. You see how, the majority of it's gone, and now I would have sucked these last ones up. The queen is now in the bucket, and I can go dump that into one of my boxes in our staging yard.
Yeah, there we go. And you know what those bees are going to go do in their staging yard? They're going to go out and they're going to pollinate everything. They're going to do what bees do. Instead of, it's a lot different than the ones from the game last night, right? A lot different than ones from the game last night, because what are they doing? Nothing. They did. I don't care what CBS Sports tell you. They did. And by the way, Taylor, did you see? You got to go check out if you follow the I Save Bees, which is ISAVEBZ. Thank you very much. If you go check them out on social media, the dog house, it was full. like an entire doghouse full of honeycomb. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely wild to see these guys just do it right. And again, they're out there in short sleeves and jeans. It's like it really ain't a big thing to them. Okay. But now because we are talking about what happened at the game last night at the Dodgers D-backs game with the bees, the 2-hour bee delay, and how it could have been handled differently and how it could have been used as a lesson by Major League Baseball to say, hey, listen, y'all, bees are important. Yes, exterminators are important to have at your house to keep the bugs at bay. Yes. Well, when bees are involved, beekeeper, please. Okay? That's pretty much the way it goes. Beekeeper, please. All right. So let's get into what happens when we're just sitting around chilling. Listen, take us on.
Okay. Now, normally right now we just be freaking out with these.
Yeah.
There's bees! Run! There's bees! Why are we not afraid of these?
Right now, they're looking for the queen. They don't have a home to defend. They don't have a hive. They don't have food. They don't have young. There's nothing for them to defend. So
don't care about
sole mode is right now find the queen. Where is she at?
Yeah.
She's down here in our bucket, so they're just going to fly around right now.
That's it.
They're not not interested in us.
Us.
No, not at all.
And then most of the time you see you out in the pool, this and that, you're just hanging out and you see bees. Why do we not freak out? Should we freak out?
No.
No.
They want to drink some water too.
Yeah, right.
They, absolutely. Now, I mean, generally what happens is that most folks will get stung, and it probably happens more so that way than any others because they are in the pool. As they're cruising through the pool, they come up out of the water and there's a bee floating in the water. Now it's on them. Instinctively, they reach back and they're like, well, what was that? And they're like, now you smash and you probably get stung at the same time. But it's
smash, and now you get stung. Here's the gig though. We're sitting here having this conversation with Sean. I'm having this conversation, and guess what? There's bees flying around me. Normally, I'd be freaked out. Normally, I'd totally be freaked out, but I wasn't because I'm actually educated now.
It's not one of those things where they're after you. That is absolutely a last resort for them to do is to sting you.
Last resort. That's it. It is the last resort is for them to sting you. That's the truth. Because it's over. It's over, Red Rover. It is over. So let's continue with the boys as they actually brought out their little vacuum. Because I was actually really upset. This Blue Sky guy, he gets up there and he just starts sucking these things up. I'm like, that can't be good. But if you're an actual beekeeper and not an exterminator, it's actually a good thing. Check it out.
All right, this isn't going to take long.
All right.
Now watch. He puts
here we go.
Right where
now we're going to catch the remaining few stragglers.
Yeah, so he doesn't just go like in Tommy Boy when they're sucking up, using the vacuum to suck up all the moths and stuff that are around the lamp. That's not what he's doing. He just simply places it right by where he believes the last scent from the queen would be. The reason why they're hanging out there is they still have scent from the queen. That's why they're hanging out in that area, because they're still like, okay, where's she at? So he's just going to set it right there, and they're all just going to come in line. Check it out. It's kind of wild. Look, he just says he's not moving it around. Look, those bees aren't stinging him. They're just hanging out. Look at it. And whee! And whee! There they go. Yeah. And as a matter of fact, okay, so what he does next is he actually takes that tube and he puts it up between the pole and the fence and just leaves it there. And then eventually every single one of those dudes just jump into the tube and away they go. Then that tube is actually going into a bucket, and that bucket is just simply poured into the other bucket where the queen is, and everybody's happy and they get to go to their new home. Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's exactly the way it should be. It should always be save first when it comes to bees, y'all. When it comes to bees, save first, kill last. And okay, fine. If you find that African strain that they're just after you and they're coming at you, then okay, well, they do tuck and roll. I don't know what you do. Stop, drop, and roll. I should have asked. I should have asked Santos what the heck to do there. Yeah. But if you remember the story, from last night, the Blue Sky Pest Control branch manager from Phoenix became a hero for smashing these bees and then got to do this.
Matt Hilton, branch manager, Phoenix office of Blue Sky Pest Control. Let's give him a well-deserved round of applause.
And notice it's 8:27. Yeah. 2 hours after the game was supposed to start. And then he throws that, right? Okay, well, here's the deal. You know what? I think I'm a nice guy. So of course, after we were done getting the bee.
And now throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Santos Vasquez.
That's right, Santos Vasquez. That's right, throwing out the first pitch. There we go. We're
going
gonna take him
slider,
back to the man. There we go.
This is home plate right here, man. Will you do it underhanded to me?
No way.
Underhand.
Come on, look at this. Hey, see, I take care of my people. Oh my goodness, what and you know something, that's the second extraction I've been on. I've been on a really big boy extraction, and it's cool because what they do is they have something called a queen clip. This thing's rad. So my daughter is the only one that I've seen as fast as Santos is at identifying the queen while everything's just buzzing around, right? So I will upstage the MLB all day. So thanks, Jim. So I just go in and they grab the clip. It looks like a little hair clip kind of cage thing, you know, like a hair clip, banana clip kind of vibe. And then they'll clip the queen. They'll take the queen. They'll put it in the box with the new little divider, honeycombing kind of things. And then everybody just starts making their way over. Everybody starts making their way over in the box. And what they do on these extractions, they'll leave the box there for all the bees that are out doing their thing before sundown. And they said, don't worry, they'll come right back into this box and we'll come later tonight or tomorrow morning and pick it up. And there they all are. It's gone. Not a bee in sight. Everybody's right at their little home doing their little thing, and it's all good. That's the right way to do it. And again, this is a show about the outdoors. We celebrate all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. We celebrate the outdoors. The outdoors are possible in a large way to bees. Bees are that important. Okay. So Major League Baseball, you did. You absolutely 100% missed an opportunity, at least from the conservation standpoint. You missed an opportunity to educate and inform, because you saw what Santos did. He just literally just tapped the top of the thing and the bees just went thunk right down, the queen and all, right into the bucket. And they had a little, one of those cool little wood frame honey little thingies in there. And they, boom, there they go, about their merry way. They're just fine. Everybody's happy. And then sucked up the rest of them, boop, 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 right into the bucket where Queenie is. It's awesome. That's exactly what could have happened. Everybody would have been good. Problem is, we live in such a litigious society that if one kid, little Timmy's out there in the front row in a $400 seat watching Dodgers D-backs, and he gets stung, whether he gets stung or not, if the story is he's stung, there's some sort of payout involved. It is absolutely anyway. That's why. So bees had to be relocated. Says the propaganda the next day. Come on, we watched it, and we watched it in real time, and we watched it zoom in, super close, super powerful cameras, on the big screen, everything, and just spraying the suckers down and sucking them up. That's all it was. And there was no way they were going to take a risk and keep these bees alive so it stings little Timmy in the front row. There's no way Major League Baseball would allow that. So CBS Sports, that's the only one I saw this where they're like, oh no, we totally relocated those bees. Why as a nation do we keep falling for that? Why? Sure. We just relocated those people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what type of chemical is used? Lynn, there are obviously no chemicals in the extraction this morning. Last night, they said CBS Sports announced that it was a non-pesticidal agent. A non-pesticidal agent. Okay. So I asked Santos about that. And he said, dude, just, what we would use if we did that, we would use some sugar water, really. Okay. If you saw homeboy running out there at the beginning, you don't put sugar water in one of these. Hold on a second. Let's get to the front.
Matt Hilton
is
is
See
his
that?
name.
No, you put sugar water in a little spray bottle. That's what you do. You don't put it in one of those. That's not what you don't need to carry sugar water in that. You just really do. Non-pesticidal agent, my tuchus. Please. They use pesticide, bud. They used. Come on. I don't insult us. No, we're grown assets adults. We understand these things. We understand legalities. We understand contracts, insurance. We get it. But just don't try to placate us. You absolutely crush those things. You know you did. And but the good thing is there are good people like Suntan Honey Farm, right? I Save Bees. You got to check them out. Taylor, you were Taylor put it in the comments there. The at ISAVE, I Save BZ, I Save Bees, BZ. Okay. So you got to check them out. And in West Valley, you got a bee problem. Those dudes are going to come running out there. They're going to take good care of you. And they're just good people. And there are beekeepers around the valley, beekeepers around the southwestern United States that really preach the word of, look, we can put them, fine, good. We're going to sell the honey. This is what we do. It's how we, keep the doors open. But they're going to be out pollinating and doing their thing, period. So again, don't call an exterminator for bees. Call an exterminator for everything else. We love exterminators. We really, really do. On Target Pest Control. Check them out. Great peeps. So when it comes to bees, call a beekeeper. And number 2, buy your honey local. Don't buy it from the grocery store. Just don't buy it from the grocery store. Buy it local. Find a farmer's market. There's farmer's markets everywhere, y'all. There really, really is. And you can go online too. Yeah. So, can we keep bees? That's rad. Isn't that cool? I was fascinated by what I learned when I was out there with those guys, and bees are just absolutely the coolest things. It really is super, super cool. Super cool. So, but anyway, and it really helps with your allergies as well. So it's really cool sweetener, and you don't get fat. There you go. How about that? Today I told you I was going to talk about cooking. We were going to do cooking game meat. We'll actually do that tomorrow because today was obviously it was appropriate for us to talk about this incident that happened here locally last night that I was actually at. And here's the cool thing. I had to scoot out of there. And but the cool thing, my sister and her man friend were out in the kind of in the area. So they just took our tickets and so they got to enjoy the game, which went into extra innings, by the way. And well played, D-backs, hard fought win. Great job there. Again, that's coming from a Dodger fan. So be cool. All right, let's do some game meat cooking tomorrow, right here, same time, 11 o'clock, right here on the Go Show. Celebrating all things outdoors in this beautiful outdoor playground of a state that we live in. Save